Winter is actually coming. We are all sick. The Trommel cut is not doing what we thought it was going to do, so now we're on the hunt for thawed pay dirt before Mother Nature forces us out. Let's get right into it.
Probably the best summer I've ever had, but winter's going to push us out of here soon.
We're going to go after Old Timers cut and see what happens. At this price, it's worth it.
Please be solid gold cuts, please stock for us.
Hopefully Mother Nature is going to be on our side.
I don't know how we're going to make it happen, honestly. Well, winter has arrived. The cold is here. We are starting up early, but everything is taking twice as long for half the work. So Frisco and Liam's first job is to clear the tailings out of the way so we can get sluicing when it gets above zero.
Well, here we go. Last push, 2025 season. It's cold this morning. It's probably our coldest morning yet. It's -5. All our ponds had some ice in it. All the puddles were frozen. It's cold. Winter's gonna push us out of here soon. We'd like to get another week of sluicing. Hopefully the ground's good. We're still in the Trommel cut. Got a little section stripped. Probably 2 days of sluicing of that, and then we gotta do some more stripping, and it's all thawed, so it's good. Sucks, everybody's sick right now. I don't feel too bad, but Al, Allie, and Liam, they got it pretty bad. David's got it now too, so it sucks. Definitely wanna finish the year off strong, but being sick doesn't help. So we're running out of room for all our rocks and tailings, so we need to move the plant bad, but we're kind of out of time for this, so we gotta haul the tailings out. So we're killing two birds with one stone. We're building a new suction pond, so when we move the plant, they'll have that already. So we're just loading all this sand up, and Liam's dumping it, gonna make a dam. So we'll be ready for next year to move the plant. Summer flew by. Feels like yesterday just got here. Can't believe we're gonna get pushed out of here in a couple weeks. Probably the best summer I've ever had. Grateful that Al and Allie invited me up here this year, and it's been a good year. I have no complaints. Learned lots, had lots of fun. Can't wait to come back next year. Everybody's tired. It's been a long season. Small crew. Everybody's doing a little bit of everything and jumping around, and it's taking a toll on everybody. Everybody's getting a little cranky. Just got to keep on keeping on, and we'll all go home and get some rest and see what the winter brings us. Just one more load of sand, and we'll get the plant fired up and just carry on with our day. Still lots to do. We got lots to prep for the winter. Winterize everything, clean stuff up before it snows. We're supposed to get some snow next week, so hopefully it doesn't come too quick because we're not really ready for it. So leaves are almost gone off the trees, which is pretty crazy. Seems like yesterday they were just changing. But when she rolls in, it rolls in quick. It's sad it's all coming to an end, but excited for next year. So I'll throw this last load on Liam, and then we'll get everything warmed up, start the plant, and get sluicing. Well, last scoop, and we'll get this plant going. Well, that's that.
yeah, it's that time of year. Unfortunately, we're all sick. It's taken us out for probably over a week now, but I don't know. Today's the first day I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but it's that time of year. Everything's starting to freeze, and yeah, it's a little bit more challenges and whatnot every day. So you don't have the summer luxuries anymore, just getting up here and flashing right up. But yeah, you gotta thaw out the runs, heat them up a little bit. There's a method to the madness. My first year doing this was a learning curve. Now I'm used to it, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Our final push energy, I think, got sucked up a lot when we were all kind of dealing with the cold. So that kind of put us back and kicked us down. But like always, we pushed through, and the price of gold's nice. So if we got dirt, we'll run her. Sluice what we can while we can. Hopefully Mother Nature's going to be on our side. She's been teasing us with snow in the old weather reports, so she keeps changing her mind. So we'll still sluice in the snow. It doesn't really affect sluicing. I'm tired. I know we all are. I think everyone's ready to go home, but there's always something in us that just wants to keep going. So we're gonna do what we can. We got a lot of dirt here at the plant. The other day we brought up a lot, well over a day's worth. So I think we're gonna focus on stripping a little bit today and getting ahead on. It's either the Trommel cut we're either going to continue or we're going to go up to the glacier cut for some easy dirt. I'm not too sure yet, but as of now, I'm just making sure this barrel keeps spinning and doesn't freeze up and spin out. Even the conveyor belt, we shut down. It's good to leave the conveyor belt going for an extra 5-10 minutes. Kind of wicks all the water off of it that has accumulated over the day. Because the rollers underneath, they like to freeze. The belt will keep spinning, but it'll rub those rollers clean off. Just like the excavator rollers this morning, I had to make sure the rollers on Little Sioux, our 350 here, to make sure they were going to spin this morning. Luckily they did, but once it warms up today, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to really shovel these tracks out. Make sure to keep her clean and clear for the rest of the year. We're running the water a little bit higher right now because still got some ice in the lines that needs to be cleared out. But as the sun rolls over the hill here and hits the plant and the lines, I'm sure it won't take too long to do that. And then I'll give Frisco a radio and I'll ask them to head down and throttle the pump down a little bit and go back to standard operation. You always got to be ready for curveballs this time of year. It's the name of the game. Hey Frisco, can you hear me, buddy? I think we got all the ice out there. If you got a minute and you're free, if you're able to throttle the pump back down a little bit. What even is the date today? Ooh. The 1st of October.
While we still have pay in the Trommel cut, in the meantime, Alan has an idea. The Old Timers cut has been sitting in the sun all summer. So Alan's heading down there in the excavator to see if he can find us some pay.
Stir up about 2 days of dirt here. And we could sneak all along the bank, what we'd call sniping. Well, sniping we will go. Here I am in October revisiting the Old Timers cut. We were here in June trying to strip it, but we didn't have time to put a lot of resources at it. There's massive springs and underground rivers and mud like you've never seen. So we retreated. Find a spot here where I can do a test hole without getting stuck. So we're on a blood hunt for some thawed pay dirt. And maybe, just maybe, around the edge, this may have thawed a little bit. We haven't been here for a couple of years. stuff is kind of borderline between dirt and mud. So quite often we can snipe the gravel out from underneath the frozen muck. Gravel. Pay dirt. Please be thawed, gold gods. Please thaw it for us. So, I think I can get a bucket width of thawed pay dirt here. A bucket width for 900 feet is a lot of loads. So, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna dig our test hole. There's a gray layer in mud over there on the bank, about an inch thick. It's volcanic ash, I believe. This whole valley has it right about that depth, which I believe is around 350,000 years old. So obviously, there was a monstrosity of a volcanic event somewhere on the planet that sent ash here, inch and a half deep, about 350,000 years ago. That's one of the cool things about doing this for a living. When you're digging permafrost, it's been untouched for 300,000 years. It's been frozen solid for 300,000 years, hence why they call it permanently frozen. You get snapshots into history.
Hi.
Hello.
What are you doing down here?
Getting ready to go sniping.
Oh.
It's a go. We're sniping. There's quite a bit of pay dirt around the corner, actually. There's some spots there isn't, but there's enough that we can. It's worthwhile to come down here.
He went online this morning and found out gold was now $5,400 an ounce Canadian, and he went beetle in his excavator and found some thawed pay dirt so that we could sluice some more before we get frozen out. So even though we are all feeling like absolute crap, we are going to keep sluicing until we cannot, because we don't know any other way to be.
Well, the dogs want new collars, new beds,
Yeah.
and extra dog treats this winter.
So here we are back at the Old Timers Cut for our last ditch effort before the snow flies, and we'll see what we get out of here.
We'll be hauling in 2 hours. I'm gonna have a bite to eat, go grab the bear, grade the road, and we're rocking on her. I've already got the first strip ready to load.
That's Alan.
Well, if the truck was here, I could load it in 2 minutes.
Look at that dog. Rhea! I think I'll go sluice so we can get dirt up faster, because Liam, he's like a race truck driver in the rock truck, so we need that dirt up there fast, so I'm gonna switch him out. Okay, I'll give you a ride.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Let's go. Come on, dogs.
Yeah, come on, dogs.
So Alan's pretty sure he's found enough pay for us to keep going for a few days, but his first task now is to backblade the road so the rock truck can get down there without any problem. This is now officially our last cut of the season, and the dirt is gonna fly.
So, we're hauling out of the Old Timers Cut right now. It's not stripped. Old Frisky got stuck there. But we were in this in 23, and we were sniping out of it last time I was hauling out of here, so we'll see what this road's like going back in here. It's been a long time, but We got some dirt down here we can take that we know is good. So we're down here because it's gonna be a bit easy right now. Kind of trying to work with this cold weather rather than fight it. I think we're pretty well out of dirt coming out of the Trommel cut. So instead of, you know, days, if not, you know, another week or so of stripping, we're just gonna come down here to get what we can. This is the longest haul we have out of all the cuts. This is down below camp and the Trommel's well above camp. It can be a 10-minute rounder. We're gonna see what we can get out of here. Maybe we'll light the runs up. Never know. Always hopeful. Well, from that corner back to where we are, we got some really nice gold out of here, actually, some season-saving gold back in 23, I believe. It's kind of nice to be back into it. This is my favorite little haul we have. We have dirt at the plant from the Trommel cut, which is good because it's hard to keep up with the plant with this haul. You can usually get, like, say if Allie's sluicing or something like that, I can get about a quarter load on her per run. So it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a safety net to start out with. It's late in the day now. I don't know how much of this dirt will end up running, but the last bit of the dirt from the Trommel cut hasn't been amazing. So maybe this stuff will give the runs a little bit of a kick and put some smiles on everybody's faces. It's always nice, especially this late in the season.
Do you have a radio, David?
David, you're in trouble. And we're off. First load up. This road's a lot nicer than I remember. It's kind of been like a goat trail before. Oh, mother, man. God, I was up camp road. Back up the old driveway. Back up far here, get a good run at this hill. And we're off. Climb begins. Yeah, it's a good pull. Hauling out of here is where the rock truck really starts to eat fuel. Look at that. Only 19.9 liters an hour right now. I've seen it as high as 40. Fuel costs for the rock truck anyway get a lot higher coming out of here, but usually the gold's pretty good. We were taking gold up out of here when it was half the price of what it is now. It's nice gold out of here too, so it was always really coarse. So hopefully we find some coarse gold here. Get as much speed as I can here on this relatively flat stretch before I point up the second good grade. Fifth gear, 30 kilometers an hour. It is a tight little road too for a rock truck. Got some mirror smashers you gotta be careful for. So. Yeah, like that.
It's now like -5 to -7 at night. Everything's frozen. We're all sick, the whole camp. And the Trommel cut's kind of dwindling. We were in the pay streak, but I don't know. The old timers got in there pretty heavy, so definitely haven't had any more 4 ounce an hour days, sadly. But yeah, so we were kind of thinking about winding down and then a change of tactic. We went down below, back to the old timers cut, where we know there was good dirt there before, and so now we're hauling dirt from the old timers cut. But today, mostly what we've sluiced is Trommel cut dirt, leftover Trommel cut dirt, and only, I don't know, maybe an hour of this new cut, so we won't really know till tomorrow, after tomorrow's shift, if the old timers cut pans out for us. It would be nice to go home with a lot more golds, but unless we start feeling better, I don't know how we're gonna make it happen, honestly. It's a struggle to get out of bed right now. I do know that if we don't go after this and we just go home, I know that within a week we'll be kicking ourselves, because if we just could have pushed through, we would have had this much more. We would have had this much more done for next spring, stripping, whatever. Like, I know that's what we're gonna say a week after we get home. If the gold looks good after a day, energy levels tend to rise even if you are sick, because there's something about that gold fever, I tell ya. You'll just keep digging till you can't. The only kind of crappy thing about that cut is it's a long haul for the truck, and as you know, we only have one, so it's not ideal. It takes them about 15 minutes to do a round trip, so he's gonna have to start hauling a lot earlier than we start sluicing if you want to keep up with the dirt. But a lot of people asked why we don't have a conveyor feeder instead of using the hoe, and this is why. Extremely muddy and wet dirt, and quite often that's the case on this creek with us. It's a lot of slop. So when you have a conveyor feeder to go in, it just won't work. It'll just constantly get plugged, and you'll have more problems than you would solve. So it's just makes more sense to keep it simple as you can. Yeah, this might be the last Trommel cut dirt, but stranger things have happened. You'll never know until next week. But yeah, we're gonna go after Old Timers cut for a couple days and see what happens. But there's gold in here, so it's still worth doing. We're gonna sluice all that dirt. There's been no 4 ounces an hour since, but it didn't die. It just gets less and less. But it all depends on the pay streak, if the old timers were in there, and if the previous miners were in there. So you never know till you're down there. I'm too sick to have nervous energy. I don't care. I just want to, like, yeah, I don't know. I guess if they were full of gold, I'd be like, woohoo, let's stay. Right now, I just want a hot tub and a big comforter. Actually, it's pretty decent. I think it's not bad. Yeah, life's good. Money mat. Hopefully there's some money in it. For 8 hours this time of year, I'm happy with it. Whoa, I just got dizzy.
You're still not feeling great, are you?
No, I'm not. Do what you gotta do.
It's okay.
Usually when your hands are on your hips, it's bad. Half an ounce an hour at today's price is worth running. Whereas a few years ago, it wouldn't be. Once you pay your royalties and your melt loss and this and that, it wouldn't be worth doing. You'd jump over that to go for richer ground, but at this price, it's worth it. We'll see what we've got tomorrow after we run a full day with the old timers cut, so stay tuned. So the cleanup's done. All that's left to do is stand in the cold and jig into the night. So the Trommel cut is done for this year. It was just too deep and it dwindled out, so we aren't going to go after that when the weather is turning the way it's turning. The Old Timers cut, it looks good. I don't know yet. We're going to find out in the next couple days if that's worth hauling up still, but we don't know how much time we've got. It's already snowed. It's getting cold. It looks like there may be a little bit of warm weather coming, but it changes every 4 hours on our weather app. So we have no idea how long we've got, and we are still sick. Half of us want to go, half of us kind of want to stick it out and see how else we can finish this season off strong. But when you're not feeling well, the last thing you want to do is start thawing out hoses and priming pumps, and you're just cold and tired and sick. So I don't know. I didn't show you any gold this week because we haven't cleaned any. Honestly, we're just sluicing a bit and we're too tired to even do that. But in next week's episode, I will show you the final gold of the season. Seasons always come to a dead stop because in the Yukon, like honestly, the weather, it changes every few hours. Like you just don't know what you're gonna get. Like you look at it one day and it's like, oh, we've got a warming trend coming. We'll be good for another 7 to 10 days. And 2 days later, it's -10 and our water's frozen in camp and it's snowing everywhere and you're like, we're done. As soon as it just doesn't get above 0 during the day, you cannot sluice and it's just not worth it. So you just never know. But every year, it's a dead stop. We're days away, yeah. The snow is on top of the mountain here and it did snow in camp, like it melted. But you know, once that happens and it's October, you're counting the days, like not weeks, not anything. You're counting days and it could be over tomorrow. And then we just have to put everything away and try again next year. I'd say it's a pretty safe bet that next week you'll see us rolling out of here and we'll see what we get to go home with for our winter hibernation. And there's always next year. Instead of me saying there's always tomorrow, now it's there's always next year. You know, no matter what, our days are numbered. So yeah, you'll see how we close things up and how we get out of here in usually middle of the night, minus double digits, but happy normally because we're going home to someplace warm. You guys have stuck around all summer long following our adventures, and I hope you stick around next week for our final episode of this season. Until then, my friends, may your beer be cold and your pants heavy. Cheers.